How's it going?
It's lovely. Welcome. I'm Tara Meyer,
I'm Justin Meyer.
and we're going to talk about Love It or List It. So, this episode, season one, episode two, Brad and Laura. Brad and Laura have outgrown their home. Laura describes it as lovely, but she has two teenagers and a toddler at home, and it's just not working out anymore.
They both hated their home.
They both hated their home. So, Brad says, I have a soundbite. Did you hear that?
No.
Me either. Why is that so weird? Oh, hold on. Okay, that might not work out, but Brad says as long as there's change, he'll be happy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that part. It sounded better in real life. Cut that.
Cut. Anyway, I'm gonna play this for us, and you're gonna listen to it and pretend like it sounds good, okay? So Brad says as long as there's change, he'll be happy. So thank you so much for stating the obvious, Brad. I'm pretty sure that's why you're here. So Hillary's reaction is, we totally have to change everything. So it's a little kind of clip to see what's going to happen here in the show. Okay, so Brad and Laura are looking for a home, and they have the narrator come on, and the narrator comes on, and I don't know if you caught this, but the narrator says David is going to find them homes that will cause them to move. Did you hear that?
No.
It was so distracting to me. I had to basically kind of like start over. But yeah, so narrator says David searches for homes that will cause them to move. I was a little nervous about that one.
It was like episode 2, like the script vibes were like not totally on point yet.
Yeah, because I'm like, cause them to move, not like have them move or that will let them know they need to move. It was just so weird. I was like, okay, this is a budget. But anyway, Hillary is going to do some design magic, or at least she says she will. So now let's get started with will they love it or will they list it? I decided to do a little guess right at the beginning, right after meeting them for 1 minute. And my guess for the episode is their budget's going to be $55,000 to fix up their home. But I think in the end, they're going to list it. So that was my guess kind of at the beginning. I don't know if it'll pan out, but I wanted to just like jot a little note. So we are kind of shown a preview of their neighborhood. When you looked at their neighborhood, was there anything that you noticed specifically just looking at the view? Street pans, neighborhood. It looked exactly like ours.
All I noticed about the street pan of like pretty much all of the houses is that it's all garage. Like all the houses are just full garage. And then there's a door next to it.
It's so funny that you said that because I'm pretty sure at the end of my notes, I wrote something about the garages in Canada are bonkers. It didn't make any sense. Like, why? All garage. That's very weird. So looks like our neighborhood, and I rewound it like 3 times to get a really good look. And I said, "Look, it's our neighborhood. Cute." Since episode 1, I didn't realize this in that episode, but we're in Canada. So maybe in Canada, garages are just the vibe. I don't
Maybe
know.
it's easier to shovel snow when the whole front of your house is a garage.
Yes. Yeah. So we did. We kind of jumped into Love It or List It without me not knowing much about it. I've watched the show when we've like vacationed, and Scarlett loves to watch it with me, but I didn't really know too much about the show or really anything. So finding out they were in Canada was kind of interesting. And one of the things I noticed first is one of their must haves is a pool. Canada with a pool seems a little bit strange, but
I mean, it's not always cold in Canada.
it's not.
No.
There's not just like snow and moose.
We've been to Canada. It
We-
wasn't cold when we were there.
Okay, you're right. Well,
I'm from Northern Ohio. It's like 5 seconds from Canada.
I just had this like picture in my head of like snow all the time.
Does it get cold? Yes, it gets cold in the winter.
Okay, well, I didn't really know that Canada was land of the backyard swimming pools, but apparently it is because they say that it is one of their number one priorities for them. So anyway, the narrator says once their daughter came along and I put in parentheses here, their oopsie baby. Their twin teenagers had to share a room, and we get a little video of the boys beating each other up and the dad being so mad. And then I thought, "Oh my god, this is like my future."
I was just like, these boys are fighting because the cameraman told them to fight. That was the only thing that went through. They're like, these kids look like they're fake fighting. I've seen real fighting. These kids look like they're fake fighting.
It was fake fighting. It was almost like they were sitting there and
And
the
they're
producer
like,
said action, and
the parents said, don't do anything. And they were like, not doing anything. And the producers were like, well, this is boring.
yeah,
Fight.
and dad said, "Knock it off." So they're walking through the house, and they pan to a room that has a TV, and I'm kind of like flashback to like, oh my gosh, this is 2008 because there's a like 12 by 12 television with an attached VCR. I guess I didn't think that was really 2008. That seemed way earlier, right? VCRs? I mean, 2008 was only
2008 was like,
15 years
I
ago.
don't know. Like,
Flat panel TVs, not VCRs. I don't know, maybe I just have a totally skewed vision of time. But anyway, I was very distracted by that television. So we go back to the house, and Brad works at home. His office is downstairs, right next to where the boys are playing video games. And you can tell this is definitely not ideal. They have this nasty green carpet and sponge painted walls. And I'm again like, why in the world is this 2008? But maybe they moved in their house in like 94.
I loved the comment. The whole basement looks like a pool table.
I
It's like,
Yes.
it does.
It does. The green floor, I'm like, it is a pool table. That was a good one. I actually noted that somewhere in here too. I said, huh, the whole house is a pool table. So the design choice here is pool table chic, I guess. She calls it a dungeon, and I crack up because it does kind of look like a dungeon. They go into this room, and I see a musical instrument, and I thought, Steve, is that you from last episode?
It wasn't nearly as much of a dungeon as the last episode, though.
Okay, it wasn't, but
They could all stand.
they could all stand. That's right. And there were less gongs or 0.
Most people have less gongs than Steve.
That's true. So they go through all the reasons again why the house doesn't work for them. A cramped office, small bedrooms, and then the daughter is screaming in the background like bloody murder. And it mimics like serial killer status. I'm like, how does anybody get anything done with this kid here? So they are fed up and stressed, and they need to make a decision. Should they love it or should they list it? So my favorite part, I think, of the whole series so far is when the 4 of them go sit down and have their little like fake meal. So I know I mentioned it last time and you didn't notice any of it. Did you notice anything this time about the meal?
I never pay attention to the meal.
Okay. So they sit down around this like little table. It's the exact same as last time. But the last time they had 4 glasses of water that they were all pretend drinking out of. This time it was 4 glasses of wine. And I was like, okay, upgrade. But you could tell there's nothing coming out of that bottle or out of the glasses, and they're just there for show. And I'm pretty sure they're going to just fill those back up for the next episode. Like, pour the wine back in the glass.
I didn't notice this. And also, how do people leave wine on the table and not drink it? That's
I've
ridiculous.
never done that once in my life. So they go through all the things they need to list their home. They have to have 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, office space, a play area, a fenced-in yard, and a pool, because everyone in Canada needs a pool.
For $35,000.
$30,000. Yes, and in order to love their home and stay, they need a 4th bedroom,
A whole other bedroom.
a
Just
whole other
add a bedroom.
bathroom, new wood floors, a private office,
They need 2 more rooms,
2 more rooms,
all new flooring.
all new flooring.
They basically told them, we just need a new house.
Yes, they said, so
For
thank you for coming here.
$35,000. Thanks.
Yes, exactly. So it's house tour time. Hillary and David are going to walk through Brad and Laura's house. Hillary has this little notebook that she carries around everywhere and a little pencil, but I've never really seen her write anything in it, but she carries it everywhere she goes. It's like I don't know, a security blanket or something.
Her assistant does everything for her. That's why.
Yes. She just walks around and makes notes and
About what she's going to yell at her assistant about.
yeah, she makes bad decisions and then her assistant has to kind of take the hit for that one. So they're walking through. The house has a huge primary bedroom, like obnoxious.
So I have to say this. So every single master bedroom this Laura walked through, she goes, "You think our bed will fit in here? Like, do they have like a crazy sized bed, or like? I think that's the point of a bedroom is that it fits a bed.
Yes. 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 Exactly.
Will
Like,
this fit our bed? I think this one will fit our bed. Oh, you have nothing else to say
no,
other
it
than
won't
the
fit.
obvious.
Their bedroom they have now, though, is huge. It really that house they have should have been 4 bedrooms, but that bedroom was 2 rooms. At
Yep.
some point
But beds are like standard size.
standard. That was enormous. So, it's huge. It's probably the reason why they love the house and probably why they bought it to begin with, and Hillary wants to split it into 2 bedrooms. I say if they do that, they will never be able to sell that house. It would be so stupid to take that bedroom and turn it into 2. It's just completely stupid.
Well, I agree, but Brad decided to when he found out about this, which
Wait. We're not there yet because I have a whole thing, and that was probably my favorite part of the entire episode is when that happened. So at the beginning, that wasn't made clear though about not touching the primary bedroom. Like they didn't tell them like this has to stay just as it is. They just said they needed a new space for their twins, right?
I mean, it depends who you ask.
True. Okay.
Brad apparently labeled out that it needs to be downstairs.
In his head, I think. I don't
don't remember that ever
I don't
being
either.
said.
No. I rewound. It was I do not believe it was there. So anyway, Brad told somebody.
But also, it is astonishing to me that anyone signs up for this show to have somebody completely remodel their house and not tell them what they're going to do.
I know. It's very
Like,
yes.
here's $35,000 or here's $60,000.
This is exactly yes, the whole oh yeah. I
I
mean,
just get to see it once it's down to studs, and then I'll decide if I might like it or not.
and there was a television show in the 90s that was the like primary, you know, issue or whatever they did. It was what trading spaces where like you would trade with your neighbor and your neighbor would decorate your house for you. And like that was very like eye-opening because
Do
people
you
have
like your neighbor, and does your neighbor like you?
absolutely not. I mean, I love my neighbors. They're great, but like I would never ever trust any of them to decorate my home.
I wouldn't trust a contractor to come into my house and just take the money and just do whatever they felt like they needed to do without telling me what they were going to do beforehand.
No. I am way too no. I mean, nobody anyway, we're going way off track here. Let's get back to the kids' rooms. They're small, like itty bitty rooms. Hillary again is thinking, I'm going to take this closet and make it a bedroom. I'm like, Hillary, girlfriend, you are reaching. Like, you really, really want to make this one work. And you already know in your head that this house is not going to work out for them. But she's like, look at this closet. I could make this closet a bedroom. I'm sure her assistant is standing back there, like sobbing tears of sadness.
I feel like she actually came out of a closet when she like pulled her off to the side and like, well, we can't split these rooms up. I feel like her assistant did come out of a closet. Like she pulled her out of a closet.
I was like, yeah,
Like she was hiding.
like, surprise! I've been here the whole time. Okay. Anyway, this is the part now. They're still walking through the house. They go into the basement, and this is when they make the comment about the whole floor feels like a pool table. I've said, oh, so real. Anyway, I am gonna pull up a picture for you to look at right now because as they're doing their whole walkthrough, they're looking at the house, they go upstairs, they go downstairs, and they go back upstairs, and when they go back upstairs to do their, like, walkthrough, they go into the baby's room, and the baby has a very cute room. Was there anything in there that you noticed? Okay, good. Because I have a photo to show you, and I'm gonna put this on Instagram, but probably I've watched this probably 4 or 5 times. It just I had to screenshot it because it was so epic in the baby's room, on her little, like, rocker where she probably sits and reads books with mom. This is what is sitting there.
Hmm.
What is that?
The mom from Psycho?
Can you see this? What is that? That is a human person, 100%, just sitting in that chair.
My guess is there's stains all over that chair, and the producer was like, just throw towels over it. It'll be fine.
I was like, "It's Laura." Laura is sitting there listening to what they're saying about her house. Mom from Psycho, 100%. Okay. I can't believe you didn't catch that. I saw that. I was like, "This is a person." All right. So anyway, that person isn't there. They show a little preview about what's coming up after the commercial break. It looks as if David is going to bring them to a house with green carpet. This episode is called The Green Carpet House because we see green carpet in every single house that they go through. And apparently in Canada, green carpet is the only thing that you can get.
In my head, the first one that you walked them through, I labeled in my head garage house, and I was like, well, I can't do that in the second house because they're all garage houses.
Every house looked the same, every single one. They just had different exteriors, right?
Yeah.
They
One had a
all had
pool and one had a hot tub.
yes, which David said, "It doesn't have a pool, but it has a hot tub," and I thought, which is probably a better use of, like, water in Canada, but apparently Canada's not always freezing, or it is, I don't know. Anyway, after the pretend commercial break, we're back. They talk about all the little memories, and we have a little montage of the good. They do say the house is 2,200 square feet that they're in currently, and I'm pretty sure that has to be including the basement because it's 3 bedrooms, and that bedroom's, like, except for the primary, are pretty small. So they remind us that after the arrival of their surprise baby McKenna, the twins have to share a room, which isn't ideal, but also probably more common than we think. Our boys share a room, right? I bet a lot of kids do. But
They fight a lot. They fake fight a lot.
they fake fight for producers. All right, so more pictures of the house. They show pictures of the baby's crib. They have bumpers in the crib. I'm like, 2008 really was like a long time ago. They go over their budget again, $35,000, and I think that is going to be really tight. Hillary says it's going to be really tight. How are they going to do all these things with $35,000?
Hillary says every budget's gonna be really tight, whether it's 60,000 or it's 30,000. It doesn't matter.
No, it's so true. She is always so nervous.
So I was like, it's gonna be so tight. She did like a 100-year-old house for $60,000, and it all ended up going to the plumbing. Come on.
And usually she does have to like rip walls out, which is pretty pricey, but here she's actually going to build walls. So maybe that isn't as expensive, but 35.
I mean, I think the house they're living in is only like 20 years old though, so
David gives them an estimate on their current house and it's $260,000. They're pleasantly surprised. I'm like, well, that's great. The budget for their new house is $300,000. I don't feel like that's going to get them much more than what they already have, especially in the same neighborhood. But, you know, not my circus. So David starts their search. They're in the car, they're driving to their first home, and he's on the phone. And he has this itty bitty little razor phone. He's talking, he's like so serious. I'm like, oh, he is a serious agent. He is busy. He is like locked and loaded. So the house they're looking at looks very similar to their current house. Has an in-ground pool. Okay. 3 bathrooms, cute little bedroom with an attached nursery, which I thought was adorable. A sitting room, a really cute like nursery. They show the ensuite bathroom. I'm like, that's great. Everything's looking good. They have a disgusting looking like fuzzy toilet cover.
I think my big thing was that like pool people aren't gonna trade a pool for a hot tub. And I feel like that
100%.
should have been known from like the get. Like, that just ruined the house. I was like, well, we might as well not even walk through this house.
Yeah. So they go through that house. It doesn't have an office. They're mad at David because they, of course, just like the last episode, they're like, he doesn't listen to us. He's showing us houses that don't match our needs. And they shoot back to their house. The renovation has already started upstairs, and this is where the show gets really good. So they're moving stuff around. They're ripping out the flooring. Hillary says they're going to add a fourth bedroom. So, okay, Brad and Laura. Yeah, Brad and Laura come back to their house. They come in and they look at what they're doing, and Hillary's like, "Here we are. This is what we're doing. We are taking this and we are adding a fourth bedroom." And Laura is again here.
I was so shocked that she didn't just go, will my bed fit?
I know. I guess if you don't take it out, just leave it in there, it's gonna fit though. Brad and Laura are so mad. They leave. They get in the car. They're gonna head out. She rolls down the window. She like pretends that she's gonna vomit. And all of a sudden they're like, no. They roll the window back up, get back out of that car, and they go right back in that house and they talk to Hillary. And they're like, Hillary, what are we doing here? She's like, this is nothing like we talked about. And I must have missed that part in the beginning, like I said, where they said that they wanted the boys to be in the basement. Because all of a sudden they're like, we said that we wanted the boys to be downstairs. They've already started ripping the house out. They're already building walls. Hillary looks totally defeated. And I'm like, come on, Hillary, you are in the wrong here. That was a terrible idea, right? Stupid. Never should have decided to put a fourth bedroom up there.
And if you are, you should run that by the owners of the house.
100%. They already were saying how much noise there was from the baby napping up there. And now they want to add a fourth bedroom? No. So we have another commercial break, and David again is trying to find them the perfect home. Hillary is shown again tearing up the house for no reason. Then they go to the house, and after Hillary has kind of like had to go right back to the drawing board and decide everything again and tell her assistant to basically do her work for her, they're like, all right, we've changed everything up. We're going to the basement. We are going to add the bedrooms for the boys down here. And then there's the pool table situation. They take a giant saw and saw right through the pool table in their basement. Whoop! Gone. What do you think he's going to say when he sees that?
Can I have $8,000 for my pool table?
Sent. They just like tore right into that. I couldn't believe it. I was definitely surprised about that one. So the pool table's been ripped up, and I just like wanted to die. I'm like, oh, Brad's gonna be so pissed. And it was so dramatic. They're in the basement again. They're taking all the texture off the wall. And then they start with shovels.
They're like, we scraped all the texture off the walls. The guy's just has a flat shovel.
It was really weird, right? And they are plastering the wall. They're putting up all this drywall. I had a little bit of like a reminder of when we did our built-ins with all the plaster mess and all the mud. It was so gross and messy. I was definitely a little triggered by that. I said, ooh, been there, done that, seen that. I thought you were going to add something about your hand there. No.
I just don't understand where the fire escape is in the basement. They just added 2 bedrooms to the basement with no like emergency exit. Like, I don't know what the code is in Canada, but apparently you don't need to escape from the basement in a fire.
Yeah, apparently you just don't care. Just put I felt the whole episode up until the very end. She was very much like, "Oh, my baby, my girl, my dog." And she's like, "And then those boys, they can just go in the basement."
Yeah,
It's
we
fine.
want you as far away as
Yeah,
possible.
get out of here. Yeah. I was kind of like, this is interesting. So they go back to David. David's showing them more houses. It's very much a, we don't like this, we don't like that, we don't like this, we want a pool, this doesn't have it. They hate every single primary bedroom they see because it won't fit Laura's bed, even though it will. They go to a house with David, and David is like, they hate everything about it. And David's, oh, just wait till we get to the basement. The basement's just done. Just wait. Wait for it. Finished basement. And they're like, okay, this better be good. They get to the basement. And they're like, well, it's done ish. They walk in, there is a pillow in the window holding the heat in. I'm like, okay, this is not a home run. They're so disappointed. He is.
Like, their bar for $300,000 was like, they wanted to get a house that was nominally more than like what they were already living in the same neighborhood. They wanted to buy the same size house they already live in the same neighborhood. They weren't going to get anything bigger. They weren't going to get anything more like updated.
No.
Like, that's where their budget was.
They had like a lateral budget. It's like you can buy exactly what you already have. It was
Yeah.
very lateral. And I was
And
like,
they were
you've
like,
already
I
saved.
want a $400,000 house
Yeah.
for
And
300.
their house was worth 260 before renovations. And they've said they've saved 35,000. They have to have equity in their home. So I don't know if that was just like a TV budget and their budget was actually more. I'm not really sure. But they go back to Hillary. They're going to go back, look at their house again. So they show Hillary. Hillary looks good. She had like a good blowout. I was like, girl, you just left the salon. She's like, my assistant's been busy working. I've been getting my hair done.
I feel like Laura, when she came back here, she was like, I could see this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She's like starting to feel it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When they came back in, they said nothing about the pool table. I was like, okay.
They clearly never used it.
Clearly, they probably didn't even
Came
know
with
it was
the
there.
house.
Came with the house. They're like, yeah, good. Thank you for saving us money removing that. So they go back through the house. They're like, okay, everything's looking better. We're like, oh, they might actually love this. Like things are looking good, but there's a problem. Customs comes in hot. And Customs is customing, and their flooring they ordered says, not today.
Linoleum.
Linoleum.
There's no other options.
Yeah.
There's not a Home Depot down the road to pick up anything but linoleum.
Linoleum.
Is this 1995?
I mean,
at least
not
pick up
only-
some like Pergo floor or something.
Floors are great. I was just lost. The fact that they're going to take their twin boys, put them in the basement, in this cold, freezing basement with linoleum floors.
Yeah, like a restaurant floor.
Like a restaurant floor. Like my grandmother's like kitchen back in, the late 90s. It's just, I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, so we have the flooring issue. Now like, it's stuck in customs. And they go back and forth. They're like, it's in customs? It's in customs. Are you sure? Yeah. Yes.
Yes, it's in customs, which means I have no idea when it's going to make it here.
Means no idea. So Hillary's freaking out, and she has a little heart to heart with her contractor, and she tells the contractor what's going on, and the contractor comes in hot now with an issue, and he's like, well, I also have an issue. It's been rainy and wet, so the mud and the plaster in the basement for their drywall is just not happening. It's not drying.
Don't they have a dehumidifier like around?
Well, Hillary's has a great suggestion.
Fans.
Yeah.
And he's like, I mean, that would be like a rock concert in here without the rock.
That was my favorite. He's like, we'll have it'd be like a rock concert minus the music and the rocking. Okay.
Minus the mosh pitting. That's what he said.
Minus the mosh pitting. He did look like he had done some mosh pitting in his day. I think he definitely had like a little flashback moment. Oh, we have the flooring issue. They're going back and forth. They're like, oh, okay. We have two options. We can either do laminate or we can do a vinyl tile. They decide the best solution is the laminate because
stickers are easier.
Yeah, and I will give it to them. That laminate is never, ever gonna be an issue. It is gonna be down forever. Like, it's never
Yeah,
gonna
it's the
glue.
ceiling floor under the next floor.
It's the floor you find under the floor when you have a leak in your house, and you're like, "Oh, wow, look at that laminate." So, the crew's upstairs, they are ready to kinda, like, show off what they're doing. They get a little clip of like, okay, here's the kids' rooms. I'm like, okay, they're putting new flooring in the nursery and in the twins' room. They start doing a little styling. And I'm like, okay, new cute crib. They're gonna pull on Laura's heartstrings because everyone knows that's what gets mom is as soon as you start decorating the house, she's like, oh, I love it here. My memories, my memories. And they give the baby a crib, which I found weird. I was like, "Is why are we buying her a new crib? We should just update her to, like, a toddler bed at this point," but whatever.
I mean, there was one house that the bedroom was attached to the master bedroom, and they were like, "This would be great."
Of course, yeah,
And
because 'cause they're like,
I was like, "Yeah, for 5 minutes." And then you're gonna be like, "Why is my kid Sparta kicking my bedroom door in every night?" Because it's a double door into your bedroom.
I know, those rooms are always so weird. You have to go into the next one.
That
I'm
wasn't
like,
like a bedroom, that was like a pre-master sitting room.
yeah, it was. Or like a gym or like that could be a great home office. Like, that could have been a good
It's
solution.
not where you put your walking toddler.
Absolutely not. And your toddler that's going to become a elementary kid.
Absolutely not.
No. So they show off where Brad's office is gonna be. It's going to be in the twins' room. Upstairs where the twins' room is now gonna be Brad's office. Great idea, perfect. Let's put that there right next to where the screaming baby is, because everybody wants to hear that when they're working. Um, that baby still naps, that baby is home, but whatever, again, it's fine. My favorite issue of the entire show now is Hillary says that the bathroom for the boys, they cannot do. So those boys are gonna be in that basement. 2 bedrooms, 16-year-old boys with absolutely no bathroom. They have to go 2 stories to take a shower. Stupid.
Kids will never brush their teeth again.
Absolutely not. I can't get my kids to brush their teeth now. Imagine if they had to go up 2 flights of stairs. That was just so dumb. So, this whole renovation is just a complete disaster, and, I hope that it's just, like, made up conflict for the show because it can't be real, right? She wouldn't have said, "Twins, basement, no bathroom, linoleum floors, perfect. They're gonna love it." No, they were not gonna love it.
If this is boys wouldn't have cared.
No. True. But also, you know what? They still would have been upstairs a lot of the time.
But also, like, you're adding 2 rooms to a basement that, like, you can't sell them as a bedroom.
No. So now you have 2 bedrooms and an office.
Now you have a super walled off basement.
Yeah, it's so weird. So, at the last minute, just like I thought, there is a little bit of made up pretend, like, issue because the flooring does come through, but it looks like corkboard. I didn't quite understand why this was their special, like, flooring. It literally looked like wine corks on the floor,
It did look like wine corks on the floor. It was
and that
really
was their
weird.
special order stucking customs floor.
Where'd it come from?
Customs.
It's not what I meant.
I don't know, the wine store. They took all of, Hillary's bottles of wine, they saved up all of the corks, and they just melted it down and made it into flooring. Okay, customs cork store. Anyway, they are now back with David. One more home they have to see because they always have one more. Oh, and this one is great. It is in pool. It's above ground, but it's really nice. It has a basement. It's bigger, 2,500 square feet. Looks just like every other house they've looked at. Garage is in the front because it's Canada. Very type of different build in Canada. Garage is in the front, but they go through and they're pretty impressed. They're like, "Oh, David, okay, we kind of see it. We kind of like it, but they have to do one thing before they decide what to do. Go back to their house."
Yeah.
Okay. So,
And this is the moment in the show where I started to feel like, all right, I have an idea as to why they usually just love it. Like
why?
they have gone through this mental turmoil of like Hillary ruining their lives for like a month. I feel like they walk into that house and they're like, it's done. We could just be done
I
today.
know.
Or we have to put an offer on a house and we have to do all that with David,
With David, who they hate.
who they literally hate at this point.
Yeah, they do not send David a Christmas card. Ever.
This is just the thought I had. I was like, well, that's why most people just love it. They're like, I'm ready to get all of these cameras out of my house and I'm ready to just have my house back.
It is, and because they decorate it, they make it look nice, and if you think you have to, like if you're going to list your house, you have to move in, then you have to redecorate everything, you have to make something new again, and it is. I bet they just see it and they're like, "You know what? I love it, let's just stay." And then probably a month later,
I
they're like, "Oh,
love the idea of not seeing any of you ever again.
yes, I never, ever, ever wanna see you again. Get out of here." So, we now are ready to see their house. They go into their house, they kinda see everything, and I do think they did some really cute design. They did a cute skateboard little shelving for the boys. I thought that was cute. I hated the red walls. I hated the blue walls. They filled a little fish tank for the boys' room. Like they're getting it ready to like show it off. And I'm like,
It
oh,
was like their
that's
game room. The only thing I thought was, well, we watched these kids wrestle at the beginning, and you're going to put a fish tank right behind the couch? Fabulous idea.
I literally wrote RIP fishies. It was cute, but either those fish are dead or mom's gonna have to clean the tank and be pissed.
I did kind of like the floor plan of the basement for the two boys, though. It
I
was like,
agree.
it reminded me of like a dorm
It was cute. I
where
did
they
like
would
that.
have like their own room and then they had like a mutual game room where they could just sit and play video games or watch
I
movies.
think that floor plan would have been great for a home that was like a split level, maybe like a 5-level split where you have like multiple levels on like one level for the boys. That would have been so cute because they could have had a fun room to hang out in. They could have had their bedrooms and their fish.
Their fish, their new fish that they don't know exist yet.
Yeah. All their little Nemos.
How about the horns on his desk in his office?
Oh.
I was just like, where is he gonna work?
Why?
He couldn't work at his desk because there were big horns on his desk.
Yes,
Where
that
did
was
these
so
horns
crazy.
come from?
That was stupid. I was like, come on. They probably found those right where they found.
He walked into that office and he goes, I'm not important enough to have an office.
I know.
He's like,
That was so funny.
I go, I guess I really just wanted a desk.
Brad and Laura get to their house, and it's the moment of truth. Everything's in, everything's staged. They're going to walk through the house. I'm so excited for this one. First of all, hate the floors. The downstairs seems a lot smaller, but they have this like cute little eat-in area too for the boys that we didn't talk about. That is like an adorable, like little kitchen-y sink area. I thought it was cute. Did you see that with like they had a refrigerator in their game room?
I
That
thought
was
that
pretty
was cool.
cute. So they're walking in, they look at it, they have a cute little eat-in area. That's what
Although it was decorated with whiskey glasses, which I was
strange choice for
strange
16-year-olds.
choice, but you know, Canada, I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know how they do things there. Different, I
I,
guess.
it's 18, but you know,
Also, they had a
or
little
19.
refrigerator with a microwave, and there's a bowl of popcorn, and Steve says, "Is that real popcorn?"
He was so ready to just sit down and watch a movie in that room.
Oh, 100%. He was like already like, I live here now. I'm never leaving. This is perfect." So again, I just say Steve. Steve's the last guy. This is Brad.
If Steve walks in there, he's bringing a gun.
Steve did not come into this episode because Steve.
This be that room right there would be great for all my musical gear.
I am still stuck on Steve. This is Brad. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Brad, the weird
Brad.
haircut guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And the shirt, he had the shirt with like the quarter shirt that was like under the shirt. I was like, this is like structure in 1899. That got me. Anyway, Brad, not Steve, goes into the boys' room, and the first room's blue, awful blue. Has a cute desk on the side, has a cute little gaming area.
It was a
Cute.
custom desk, they called it.
That
It
was from
looked
IKEA.
Yeah, it was like that was more like a custom IKEA
That
desk.
was it was custom
It's more like
because
we
they
had to put it
put it
together.
together. I mean, sometimes
I
you
have
just have
built
to.
a lot of custom stuff in my life.
My whole house must be custom. I had no idea, I have a custom design all over the place. Laura likes the blue, and I think she is, crazy, but she's speechless. I'm like, "Oh gosh, here we go." Next room is red. She likes the red, also weird. And the kids' rooms are really cute. The skateboards on the wall are cute. I did really like the basement. It was nice. Good use of space. Still not having a bathroom down there is stupid. So they go upstairs. They like the new flooring. They go in the office. That's when Brad, not Steve, is basically like, "I'm never leaving again." He says he feels like a big executive on TV. I was like, "Oh, good for you."
I just loved how he said, "I'm not important enough for this," and Hillary goes, "Oh, you're important, Brad."
You are important. She's like, "You are. I believe in you, Brad." So Laura's crying. Brad's ready to stay. He's like, "Oh,
She didn't cry until she walked into the baby's room though. She didn't
oh
care about the boys' room in the basement. When she walked into that baby's room, she's like, "The baby has her own room."
my
Tear.
God, I know." That was something.
You mean
So
a chair that she can grow into?
a chair without a human in it? This chair has no humans to be seen at all in this seat. So it's a human-free chair. Well, they've gone through the house. They didn't do anything to their primary bedroom because
It already had a bed in it.
it was perfect. Their bed fit. It was good to go. So David now shows them one more listing. Their new listing, it's their house. Their house is now worth $15,000. So originally $260,000, they did $35,000 worth of work. So they increased their home's value $55,000. I'm looking at the house again. I'm thinking, ooh, their stairs are so steep. So I'm kind of like, ew, what are they going to do? And they're going back and forth. My favorite part too, I love when Hillary and David are in one room and they're sitting there and they're like literally staring at the homeowners who are sitting in like the other room, and like they're like looking at them like, what are they gonna do? And they're basically, so what do we think? Do you wanna stay? Do you wanna go? And they have like 4 minutes to make a decision. And Hillary and David are just sitting there looking at them. It's great.
I'm pretty sure at this point, this is where Laura said, of all of these houses, that last house was the one where I said, the bedroom will fit in this room.
My bed will fit here,
My bed will fit here.
which is probably how they got that surprise baby, right? So they've made a decision. Hillary and David look at them and say, all right, Brad, Laura, are you going to love it or are you going to list it? And they say, what do they say?
List it.
They said, we're going to go.
Yeah, it's because if there's a fire, and their twins wouldn't have gotten out of the basement in their old house, and the bed fit in the master bedroom of the
Yeah,
new
but
house.
you know what, Laura? She would have been like, you know what? It's okay. We have this new baby.
I think at the end of the day, Laura really wanted all the bedrooms to be at the top floor and not have their twins, who were literally going to be sneaking out of that basement, out of the house in about 6 months, like in the basement at night.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree. I agree. I
But-
can't imagine having, as a family of 5, I can't imagine 2 of our kids being all the way downstairs in the basement. Like, it's so separated. That's just, I wouldn't like that. But I do think that's a great house for a nice, younger new family or couple or a single person to have, because it has a really cool basement, and plus there's fish.
man, if you need to store all your instruments, you have several rooms in the basement to do it.
So if
You
Steve gets
definitely
kicked
don't.
out,
You don't have room to put a pool table, but you can put
No.
other things.
and I mean, plus the pool table's been cut in half, and
But yeah, I'm pretty sure. I was surprised they listed it.
at the beginning,
They started to like it.
Yeah. I heard Laura at the beginning say how stressed she was, and I was like, "You know what? She's stressed out."
What
It's a
during the first interview with them when they were like they both were done talking, and I was like, "They both hate this home. Why are we
yes.
on this show?
Why? Why
Why
are
are
we
you
here?
doing it? Why
Yeah.
are we here right now? Why do I have to sit and watch the rest of this episode? Because you hate this house.
Well,
Why are
because
you
they couldn't
remodeling it
put
at all?"
sell it. No? You don't think there's a lot of people probably call them and purposely want to they already know they're going to list?
I mean, are they getting a deal by, like, doing it on the show?
I don't know. I've been trying to find information. I'm saying, like, the first few episodes of this show were actually done from, like, a Canada channel, Canada TV, Canada show channel. So it wasn't on HGTV to begin with, and so, it's really hard to find info, like, "Please, Canada TV, call me. Let's talk. I wanna know all the ins and outs," because I don't know, like, did they I'm sure as, like, the seasons go on, we'll be able to find more information because, like, I don't think people were, like, documenting a lot of stuff in 2008, especially on, like, a really local, like, Canada show, but I wanna know, like, does the network pay for it? Like, why did they choose these people? Did they have to whatever? I don't know.
I tried to look up what happened, like, where are they now? Brad and Laura, episode 2,
They don't
and
even exist.
the only thing that came up were Brad and Laura from The Block, and I don't know what The Block is, but they had a lot of yeah, like, Brad and Laura from The Block, they know Jenny. They all came from The Block. Apparently, they won The Block, which was, like, a renovation show, but it was not Love It or Listed.
I was searching. I actually think I came across that too because I was, like, Googling them, I was putting their name in, it's Brad and Laura McKinn were their names, and I was looking for them everywhere. So I don't know if this is, like, a name change situation or if, like no idea, but, like, could not find them. I really wanna know, though. I think, though, once we get past this 1st season, I think the show started to get a little bit more popular and maybe more things are documented because there is an IMDb page, but we'll see. There's also not that many pictures,
I
like,
mean,
stills
this
from the show.
I feel like it's just, like, stuck in the internet somewhere, you have to find it. Just
Like the dark web.
deep down Reddit rabbit holes is where we're
Oh
gonna
my
have to
gosh.
go to find this information.
I know those Reddit rabbit holes, they'll get you. It's something. But here we go. Next episode, season 1, episode 3. I haven't looked to see who they are, but I'm probably still gonna be calling the guy Steve because that's, like, embedded in my head. But thanks. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
We'll, talk to everybody soon. Catch us on Instagram. I'm gonna put a couple pictures out so you can see some of the images, especially of, like, the person in the chair, because that one is gonna be, like, stuck in my head forever. Thanks again.